Salutations. Hope this finds you well in 2024. So, I wanted to talk about something, just touch on something real quick. Another fast blast, definitely. But this is Sasquatch and Speed. And I bring this up, like, for example, on MK Davis's channel, you've got the Whitey's Run. He did a couple of videos on that. And that's one of those examples where you see that albino Sasquatch run across that field. So first it's sitting down like a cow, then it stands up and does a backflip, backstand against a tree, and then takes off across the whole thing and goes down the gully at an unreal amount of speed. I mean, blinding. And when you start looking at the reports of Sasquatch Speed, you hear it all the time, how they're unreal fast. More fast than any human and faster than any monkey, either of those. So when looking at that and the reason for that, and I know that people want to keep the paranormal aspect out of that, I don't think not so much. You know what I mean? And maybe involving that, why, and also why is it that they seem to have this ability to almost change their density to make like some of those footprints that are going down and placed down in the ground that's so solid that it's almost, even with the weight that they're supposed to have, it's kind of surreal. So that's something I want to bring those two things up, and when dealing with this speed and this ability to change their density, it appears, it takes me to a book I saw a long time ago called The Science of Superman. Now that's not my favorite hero or anything, but interesting one nonetheless. But in that book, they really broke down the science of his powers and why he has them and what it would be to come from Krypton and from the density there and the red spectrum, nanospectrum, and all that. But something they brought up is that he can actually control his gravitons. And that's the reason why when he actually walks on Earth, he doesn't sink down into the middle of the Earth with the density he would have here. It's because he can control his gravitons. That's also why he can fly. And what are gravitons? That's a, I guess, partially hypothetical quantum particle that allows you to control the gravity force. So in that way, is that what we're seeing when dealing with Ron Moorhead's quantum Bigfoot, what he's saying Bigfoot can do quantum-wise and with that energy? Is that something else that they can do as well? And I think that's really a valid question. Can they actually control their gravitons? And agree that's why they're so fast. It's even beyond what they should be able to move and run, even as an animal, beyond physical ability. I've heard a lot of reports like that. I'm sure you have too. So I think it's just worth to throw that out there. Kind of like the Flash, you know, his real name is Barry Allen. God love that. Oh, Barry Missionist did a video on that a few days ago. Anyway, concerning the Flash, he uses the speed force. And the speed force and the gravitons, is that something similar to what Sasquatch is doing? Why they can move like that, why they can change their density with the foot track, with the footprints and things of that nature. Hey, I could be wrong. It's just food for thought. And I want to throw that out because we don't have an explanation for it. And it's something scientifically to look into. You know, why not? If we don't pose these questions, we never find out. So it's these type of hypotheses that sometimes yield results. So please subscribe, hit the bell, so if I put something else, you know about it. Thank you to the people on Patreon that are making this video possible. Hopefully we'll chat again. Peace. Hey, something else I want to throw in there because there's a picture. I want to explain that. That show that I watched as a kid, Bigfoot and Wild Boy. And my older brother Reggie, my brother Mitch, they clown me all the time when I watched that as a kid. It was so cheesy. It was a Marty Krofft show. But the reason why I put that on there, I wasn't just reliving my childhood, but it's because they always showed Bigfoot doing two things on that show. One is jumping across the valley, like screaming. But another thing was he was always running at like an unreal speed. And they put on the kind of the bionic sound with it. It was that era, you know. But he's running like really fast. That's just another example of them saying that Sasquatch moves at unreal speed that far back. Okay, so I just threw that up there as a little bit of reminiscing and a little bit of fun, and I want to make sure that we knew why. Peace.